Yeah, this has really been moved around. Deputy Lori, is Deputy Mahir here today or no? Ah. Okay. Okay. All right, everyone. If everyone can please have a seat. I'm going to call the docket. If you're here, you need to let me know you are here. If I don't know you are here, a warrant may be issued for your arrest. I'm not wearing a robe today because it is extremely hot in the courtroom. If you have any complaints about the heat in the courtroom, you need to talk to the powers that be. I am not one of those persons. And as I always say, Monday is a day for new beginnings. So let's keep it a happy Monday. Let's not turn this into a difficult Monday. If you see yourself running out of patience, just take some out of your pocket and share it where needed. Christopher Saxon. Christopher Saxon. Michelle Garces. Thank you. Charles Jones. Charles Jones. Raymond Zamora.
Not present for him. He's already been here before. Let me give him a shot there.
All right, and let me just turn on a fan for a moment. Because yes. Jose Munoz Monero. Thank you. Eric Lopez. Thank you. Leonardo Rosales. Phillip Diller. And I remember you, you're related to Phyllis Diller. Thank you. Celine Awente. Thank you. How do you pronounce your last name? Thank you. Damon Thomas. Damon Thomas. Mark Ivy. Mark Ivy. What is that noise? No, I mean the rumbling, there's a rumbling sound from over here. Damon Wyatt. Christopher Saxon. Chris Gonzalez. Thank you. Damon Thomas. You need to send him a link. I did. I sent you last week. No, this is a different link because I didn't know he was going to be on Zoom. Guamatamak Martinez. Thank you. Curtis Williams. He's right behind you.
Thank you.
Leonardo Rosales. Robert Halstead. Robert Halstead. Tracy Gomez, Valerie Hernandez, Alberto Numbrana, Brandon Fricter, Talia Harris, Michelle Garces, Sergio Olvera, Arturo Vara, Kevin Young, Victoria SoFuentes, Aaron Sturm. Thank you. Abby Moreno. Okay. Caitlyn Martinez. Talitha Devilbiss. All right, the persons who are in custody are Jason Reeves, Tammy Garretson, Robert Alvarez, Victor Ramirez, Amelia Cooper, Jonathan Trevino, Gregory Morrison, James Stegmeyer, Benito Bermia, Sergio Martinez, Anthony Bennett was not requested, Abby Moreno, and Miguel Ocampo. Is there anyone who's present and your name was not called or you came in late? All right, everyone, these are the rules. I try to keep this area as least congested as possible. So attorneys, you will notice that there are boxes that have the state's file in them. Please grab a file, present it to the state and have a seat. I promise you they're going to call you in the order in which they receive the file. Speak to me after you have conferred with the state and received an offer, or you can let me know that you have your discovery and that your client has received an offer. Then just approach the clerk, have them pull the file. They will place the file here and I will call you in the order in which I receive the files. So everyone, let's confer and have a good Monday. Norma, do you have the new link? Okay.
A lot lighter too. He's on the CTD.
Norma. Good morning. Do you have a file? Can I have the file on Tracy Gomez and Alberto Numbrana? All right, can I see someone from Criminal Trial Division, please? Can you review the report from the CLO on Tracy Gomez? Yes, and see if you have any objections to the removal of ignition interlock. All right, thank you. Tracy Gomez.
Judge, I was about to ask what the case number was. Thank you.
All right, thank you. I just have a seat. I'll get to you in the order of appearance. You're welcome.
This funeral is at 10, it's the only days now.
Okay, just give me one moment. I'll take care of it. Okay. Okay, sure. All right, could I see Tracy Gomez? If you come forward, please. All right, Ms. Gomez, the state, good morning. The state has no objection to removal of ignition interlock. I want you to keep in mind, from here on out, everything you do, you could be looking at 180 days in the Bexar County Jail, you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So are you still keeping up with NA meetings and everything?
No, I haven't. I've been home with my daughter. She's special needs, so I haven't had anybody to watch her. And then I sent a letter to the probation stating that I have,
Everyone, please whisper.
that I had a mass on my right side of my neck, so that's why we're here today. The doctor, I get dizzy stuff. Some days I can't go, some days I do. I have no urge to drink or do any of that stuff now. I don't feel good. I've been having dizzy stuff while I'm coming here, and I have it every single day.
So how did you get here?
I had to drive myself.
You can't be driving if you're having dizzy spells,
I
you
had to
understand?
be- I have no help,
Okay,
and I have my daughter, and I'm the only one that takes care of it.
okay.
And I'm trying to get it provided for her and for myself, because it's hard for me to do daily tasks.
All right, we're gonna remove the ignition and interlock, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, I'll give her some information for AA meetings, possibly online.
Awesome.
And what about my community service? If I'm not able to work right now or anything like that,
You have to provide documentation of that and then the court will consider it.
saying I'm not able to do it.
Yes.
Or just whatever you had that the probation gave.
No, the doctor saying that you're not able to do that.
Okay.
All
so
right.
More detail on the
Yes,
doctor's note.
yes. And you won't have to come in for that. Just provide it to probation and probation will let me know, then I'll excuse it.
Okay, because I have a meeting with her tomorrow.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Have a great day.
All right, could I see somebody on Rudolph Montoya? I believe it's family violence. There's a request from defense. Do you have any objections?
Judge, the only, and I emailed Marina, I just wanted to make sure that he wouldn't potentially be around the victim, but as long as he's not around the victim, then I don't have any problems with him attending the
That's very
funeral.
true. He's not around the victim at all.
Okay, so the victim, I assume, well, the complainant, I assume, is not showing up to this gathering?
Right, complainant is ex-girlfriend's niece.
Okay.
With whom we have no contact whatsoever. That's the point.
All right, there you go.
Thank you.
All right, Alberto Numbrana. Oh, he's here. Yes.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. All right. So there are issues with you. What do you think those issues are?
I think we're coming out positive on my UA
All right, for what?
for marijuana and coke.
All right, so why are you using?
Okay, I'm not, okay, I stopped smoking weed on July 9th because he told me that I was gonna be referred to rehab. And on the coke, I got a woman friend that does crack, and I didn't know that I could get it. When I went to go do a UA, they told me I could get it by touch, DNA,
No,
and.
no, let's stop. Let's stop with the nonsense. Let's not do that.
I know.
Here's the thing. I am trying to figure out what your issues are before we go forward with the revocation. So let's stop with the crack, and you're getting it from DNA. So you're telling me from intimate relations is where you're picking up a positive for crack?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I guess you're gonna have to stop intimate relations.
Well, already, when I went to go report this last time, I told her that I had to stay away from her because she's messing me up and I haven't.
Why would you be dating someone who's addicted to crack cocaine and using it?
I've already known her for 12 years, but I didn't know that it would come
Well,
back to me.
no. Here's the thing. According to your conditions of probation, you're not allowed to be around people who are breaking the law.
Right.
Crack is not legal in Texas.
Okay.
And so your relationship with her is over. If you come before me again with another positive UA and with this nonsense that your UA is positive because of intimate relations, we're going to have an issue. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, when you're tested today, what are the results going to be? Don't make me waste a UA.
I took a UA Friday, so I went and reported to Ms. Santania.
If you're tested today, what are the results going to be? That's my question.
Clean.
All right, we're gonna.
And I haven't done nothing. I haven't done no drugs ever since.
And you haven't had any
I
intimate
went-
relations with her?
No.
All right, so you're gonna get a UA today. You understand? And so you're telling me that UA is gonna be negative?
I hope so.
Well, you go from yes to I hope so. What is it? When's the last time you used and what did you use?
I haven't used nothing.
When was the last time you used and what was it?
I haven't used nothing. That time I was with my girl was on her birthday, which was on the 10th
10th of what?
of this month.
Mhm.
And I told her that I wouldn't be able to, she's kind of upset because I told her that I wouldn't be able to be with her no more because of the situation that I'm in.
You're telling me she's upset because she can't have intimate relationships with you?
Well, I've known her, like I said, for 12 years already, and she's real attached to me, but I already told her that I wasn't gonna go to jail for her or nothing.
And you don't live together, do you?
No, we don't.
All right, so here's the thing, in case you didn't know, because sometimes people don't realize it, you can't be around people who are breaking the law. And if she's using crack cocaine, she's breaking the law. And if you love her, you need to tell her on the phone that there are places for her to help her with her addiction. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so we're going to do a UA today. I'm going to see what those results are, and then I'm going to have you come back.
Okay.
Do you need any water?
Do I need any what?
Do you need any water?
No.
Okay. We'll need a UA from Mr. Umbrano.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. That's okay. Here.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Oops. Thank you. Gregory Morrison.
Morning, Judge.
Good morning. All right. And where's Mr. Morrison, is in custody or is he on?
He's in
bond?
the back seat.
Oh, you need to have him brought out.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Anyone, if you have someone who is in custody, please ask them to be brought out before approaching. All right, and could I have the parties on Chris Gonzalez? And ADA Ashworth? And where is Mr. Gonzalez? All right, good morning.
How are you?
Oh, great. So where are we on his PTD?
Judge, my understanding is that he's been entered into the PTD program and he's been completing the requirements that he's supposed to.
All right, State, have you received all the documents?
Yes, Your Honor. I received the document from the Bexar County Probation Office, and I have spoken to them as well about him being released early for completing everything that he needed to. So he's met the requirements for early termination as well.
All right. So you're saying he still is working on completing everything, or he has?
He has completed everything, Your Honor.
All right, then if he's completed everything, are you sending the dismissal to the court?
I am waiting for them to, I guess I need to get the dismissal form from Bexar County to send it unless.
All right, to the prosecutors, are you able to email a dismissal form to the pro tem, Mr. Ashworth?
For early release of probation or.
Try, but it's usually through Adobe Sign, which he would have to have his own access to, but we may be able to email him a blank sheet that he can then fill out.
Yes. All right, so they'll send you a blank sheet to fill out and then just send it back to us.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
Does he have an email address, Judge, that we could use?
Could you put your email address in the chat box, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, Norma, you have his email address, don't you? All right. Ms. Ferguson has your email address, so we'll get that to you. So if you'll just stay for the dismissal, we'll take care of that.
Okay, Judge, I'm probably going to do another court real quick, but,
That's okay.
okay.
All right, so just remain seated.
Thank you, Judge.
No, the pro tem has informed me that he's completed everything, and so he wants to dismiss it. I mean, if you want to talk to Mr. Ashworth, you can speak to him. But it's the pro tem who has to do it. Yeah. Okay. All right, who's here on Gregory Morrison? Is he out yet?
They're bringing him, Your Honor.
All right, just give us a moment. We'll take care of that. On 2022 CR 4819.
Judge.
Yes,
Ruth,
I'm sorry.
Ruth the Bailey, adapt and 144 here. Crowd.
Mhm.
She said she was-
Oh, we're live.
Didn't have a shaver. I had to do it. And with the view, for her more mentioned. So she was just saying, she said she recognized her, but she was just talking about she was doing what they wanted. So it is.
Thanks for letting me know. Mom and I gonna send our prayers.
Judge,
Yes.
I just sent the dismissal, it's in PDF form, so if there's any issues, would you let me know, if he doesn't get it. I'll send it.
All right, thank you. All right, Mr. Ashworth, they said they sent the dismissal to you.
Yes, ma'am, I got it. I'm gonna look over right now and I'll get it sent back.
All right, thank you.
Mr. Morrison is in, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Just give me one moment.
Yes.
I don't know. It's only.
All right, Gregory Morrison.
You want him in the middle of your room?
Yes. All right, I think I do have the, I need the discovery acknowledgement sign.
Okay.
All right, and I'll see you all back tomorrow for jury trial. Mr. Morrison?
Your Honor, I want to, we're having a little bit of a, I'm having a little bit of a discovery issue. I use Apple computers and some of the discovery that I have that I crucially need. I haven't been able to review because it was not compatible with my computer, so I had to go buy a computer last night. And I need to review it and I need to talk to my client. And I also have a, not that it matters to the court, I'm not trying to be rude, please don't misunderstand me.
No.
But I have a vacation letter for Thursday through Monday. And
I understand. And Mr. Cisneros, I know you very well. I know you would never be rude. You're
Right.
a great gentleman.
thank you.
All right, so what I'm gonna do is, everybody needs to come back tomorrow.
Okay,
And Mr. Morrison, you're gonna be dressed for jury trial, you understand? So you'll be in whatever clothing you have at the jail. If you want to be, to appear in different clothing, you'll have to speak to your attorney. And Mr. Cisneros, if there's an issue with the clothing exchange, just let the court know and we'll see if we can expedite that.
I have some clothing for him, some new clothing and everything.
All right, and Mr. Morrison, make sure you sign the notice for the clothing exchange for your attorney, okay?
Okay.
All right, we'll see you all back tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
And I'm sorry if I sounded rude, but.
No, you never do.
Okay.
Thank you.
It just came out wrong.
No. And the fact that you say that tells me you most definitely were not being rude.
Right.
Yes. All right, Phillip Diller. All right, Mr. Diller. All right, so today is your plea deadline date.
We haven't received all the discovery. Moreover, say express that the detective needed to re-interview the complaining witness.
Mhm.
So they haven't made us an offer. We haven't gotten good discovery from them now. I've given her an external hard drive for her to put it on there.
What discovery? Because last time we were here in August, you needed the CPS records, and I was told that the CPS records were in the possession of the state, so that was going to be easy to turn over to you. It was just a matter of the court signing a form. So what discovery are we missing?
Well, I think all we have is our discovery. We don't have anything from the state.
Judge, I'm not sure what the issue was. I pulled up e-discovery today. So Mr. Sharp this morning gave me an external hard drive. We're gonna get that copy today. And we can get that to him, but I don't know what the issue is with the e-discovery.
All right, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to have you all back here this afternoon.
Judge, I have to be in Kerrville.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Okay.
All right, you all are coming back tomorrow, and I want to know what's going on with this discovery. All right, Ms. Ferguson, can you give Mr. Diller a reset form for tomorrow? All right. Thank you. Jason Reeves. All right, the court is calling 2021 CR 10010, State of Texas versus Jason Reeves. Mr. Diller, if you'll take a seat. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Michelle Hayden for the state.
for the defense?
David Andre Woodard for Mr. Reeves.
And are you Mr. Reeves?
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning.
Good morning. All right, Mr. Reeves, you entered a plea to indecency with child contact. According to your plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 15 years. There's a $1,500 fine, and there are no applications. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report, state,
I have not, Your Honor.
defense?
I have, Judge, I don't know if you want to give the state a few moments.
All right, I'll give the state some time to review the PSI report. All right, Jaime Pasantes, who are you here for? You're on mute. You're muted, Mr. Pasantes.
There we go. I was trying to work on that, Your Honor. My apologies. Good morning. I'm here on Mr. Leonardo Rosales.
All right, and could you speak up for me, please?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm here on Mr. Leonardo Rosales.
All right, can I see the file on Leonardo Rosales?
Thank you, Judge. And I believe he's already checked in. This is a new charge, Your Honor. I have submitted letter of representation with the court. I did it in person last week, and we are waiting to receive.
I'm sorry, I cannot hear you. You sound muffled on your end.
Is that better, Your Honor?
It's so.
A little bit. I have never had an issue with my audio before, so that my apologies for that, Your Honor. I was just letting you know that we have submitted letters to the court, and we're waiting to receive discovery. This is a new charge, and he is in the courtroom. He does have a GPS requirement, Your Honor, and he asked that you would consider allowing him to leave for work. He works in construction. Hours would be 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. and he would only be allowed to leave for work, Your Honor.
All right, you'll need to file a motion, and then the court will hear that.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, where's Leonardo Rosales? Come forward, please. All right. Norma, Mr. Rosales, I need a 30-day reset for discovery. All right, your client is going to be back on October 17th, and I'll need you present in court on October 17th to defer, okay, defense?
Yes, Your Honor, thank you so much.
All right. Ms. Ferguson, if you can give him a reset for him.
But you have another case pending with, I think the form, so he needs to stay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
All
you,
right,
Judge.
you're excused, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day. Thank you.
All right, you too. Who's here on Curtis Williams? Yes. Have you conferred with the state?
I have gone to the state. We have a situation.
Yes.
Judge, so if we can have a short reset, Judge, we have an indictment in this case, but the indictment is faulty, and our plan is we need to re-indict it. So I'm going to get it re-indicted either this week or next week. One of us will re-indict it. But right now we don't even have an indictment we can proceed on based on an issue.
Okay. All right. Is 3 weeks enough time?
That should be more than enough time. Judge.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can I have a 3-week reset on Curtis Williams, please?
Your Honor,
Yes.
I'm not sure how this works, but I'm no longer on the wheel. So when he dismisses the wheel and re-indicts, he'll either need to get a new court. I think he'll need to get a new court.
Do you want to stay on it or no?
Really?
Okay.
I'm resigning.
All right.
If he wants to hire me, that's one thing.
All right, Mr. Curtis Williams, come forward. And state with regards to his bond.
Yeah, Judge. I don't know what the best way to handle that is. He is on bond. It is gonna be the exact same case that we're gonna re-indict him.
Are we just gonna do a summons then?
Possibly. Let me make sure they're still doing those. As long as they're still doing those, we can do that and then maybe transfer the bond. to that.
In the memos, sir. All right, so, Mr. Williams, we're gonna recall your case in 3 weeks. Ms. Ferguson, I need a 3-week reset. All right, we're gonna call your case back on October 10th. The attorney who's present now, he's no longer on the wheel, so he will not be your attorney. Are you able to hire an attorney?
I mean, I can work on it.
No, if that's either yes or no, and stop playing with your hair.
At this point right now, no, I can't. I know it's not.
All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get an attorney appointed to you today, okay? All right, thank you. We're gonna give you a reset and get you an attorney appointed.
Thank
Thank you, yes. All right, Norma, on Mr. Williams, can you see about getting an attorney appointed to him today? And see if they can be here today so they can meet Mr. Williams and get his contact information? All right, Mr. Ashworth, did you get the document?
Yes, Your Honor, I did email it back to Mr. Escobar, who sent me the copy originally. So it is
All
filled
right.
out and completed.
Hey, Judge,
Yes.
I was having trouble printing it, so I just sent it to you.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Escobar.
You're welcome.
Your left side.
All right, thank you. Yes. Mr. Ashworth, you're excused. Thank you for popping in. Have a great day.
Yes, ma'am. You too. Take care, Judge.
Okay. All right. Could you make a copy of that for the defendant and the defense attorney? Thank you. Yes. Chris Gonzalez. Deputy Laura. Did you give that to Mr. Gonzalez? Thank you. All right, Mr. Gonzalez, you're excused. Thank you. No, you're done. You're welcome. Have a good one. Stay out of trouble. Who's here on Tammy Garretson? Yes. All right, is there a prosecutor available? All right, court is calling. Are you ready?
I'm ready, Judge.
Okay. Court is calling 2022 CR 0901B, State of Texas versus Tammy Garretson. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Joe Hooker for the state.
for the defense?
Russell Mitchell from here.
And are you Miss Garretson?
Yes, sir.
All right, you entered a plea on March 31st of no contest. According to the plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 2 years in the state jail facility. There's a $1,000 fine to be probated. The state recommends community supervision. They're opposed to your application for deferred adjudication. They're taking in consideration 2022 CR 0899B. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report, state?
The state has not reviewed the PSI report.
All right, do you need some time?
Just a moment, Judge.
Sure.
Just give me, I'm sorry about that, Judge.
No problem.
State's ready, Judge.
All right. All right, have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report, state,
Yes, Judge.
defense? All right, any objections to the PSI report, state,
No, Judge. No, Judge.
defense? All right, state, you're opposed to the application for deferred adjudication,
Yes, Judge.
and why is that?
Based on the defendant's criminal history, Judge, she was on probation out of Comal County when this took place, and she picked up new cases out of county. She has picked up these cases in Bexar County while on that probation. She was revoked from her deferred adjudication and continued on probation in Comal County. If you look at the narrative, Judge, the defendant herself says some concerning things. In this instant offense, while on probation out of another county, she was under the use of narcotics, but she says she has no drug problem. And she also says that she didn't even do this crime. She's being charged with a crime she did not do. She's not taking responsibility for this, Judge. And I believe that deferred adjudication has been given to her on multiple occasions. And every time she has been revoked from that deferred adjudication, we believe she should be on regular probation and be convicted of this offense here in Bexar County.
All right, defense?
Judge, I know Ms. Garretson's record is not pristine. We just asked the court to consider granting her deferred, but yeah, short of that, it was plea bargain during her 4 years regular probation.
All right.
Follow the TAP evaluation. It was recommending outpatient treatment that she does know she needs help with amphetamines.
All right, Ms. Garretson, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, you can lower your hand. Make sure you speak up. Could you state your name for the record?
Tammy Garretson,
All right. So how long have you been using?
for a long time.
What does that mean?
Well, for, I guess about 2-3 years now.
When did you first start?
Marijuana when I was younger, like 16,
All right, and the other drugs?
like 18, 19.
All right, and what were the other drugs?
Then I would get, go get treatment and stay sober for a while. And I know I need to stay sober now. I'm ready.
All right, do you have any children?
Yes, she's 26.
Any grandchildren?
No, but I have a little boy that he's like a grandkid to me.
All right, you're not gonna be allowed to babysit him, you understand?
Okay.
When's the last time you were employed?
On disability,
Okay, disability for what?
mental.
All right. Why did you do poorly on probation before?
I don't know.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to find you guilty, sentence you to 2 years in the state jail facility, suspended and probated for 3 years. There's $1,000 fine that's to be probated. Take into consideration 2022 CR 0899B. There's to be restitution, if any, to Rafael Montalva. There's to be no contact with David Garcia. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. There's to be field visits 2 times per month. They want you to do CATS 1 and 2. CATS 1 and 2 is a theft course. Here's the thing, don't take what doesn't belong to you. You understand that? Don't steal. People work hard for what they have, and they don't like people stealing from them. And the fact that you had this person's credit cards, guess what? That makes life extremely difficult for them because they have to remember the credit cards they have to cancel it and pray that nobody's ruining their credit history. You understand? Don't steal. There's going to be a referral to felony drug court. And you have better be honest with them about your drug problem because you have a major drug problem. Are you going to stay in Bexar County?
I was gonna live with my mom in Seguin. I do really good when I'm with my mom.
But does your mom want you there? How old are you?
Yes, she does want me there.
How old are you?
I'm 46.
You got to get your own place. I'm not going to allow you to live with your mom.
Well, she is on property and I have an RV I bought, and I was gonna move. They actually moved it over there. And I was going to live in the RV on the property. She has like, I don't know, 50 acres of land.
Are you using their electricity and their water?
I have to pay rent. I have.
No,
my
my question is, are you using their electricity and their water?
I will be, yes.
That's a problem. Because I know you're not going to be, you may be sleeping in the RV, but you're going to be going in the house to take showers and baths and eat their food.
Well,
Just for the record, I've been in contact with her mom. She's very supportive of her daughter. She's concerned about her daughter. She's willing to look out for her daughter.
Well, see, the problem is people are supportive, but then they get into the habit of enabling people.
Oh, trust me, Judge,
Yeah.
that's the actual conversation I had with her mom.
Mhm.
She's full aware that Tammy's 46 years old, and so she's exactly what you just said, Judge. She's aware of it.
Yes.
It's not, my stepdad has rental property and he has a place in the Broncos that I can move my RV to. I just need to be near my mom for support, I guess. I would like to be. And I will have, the electricity won't be in their name, but I do have to pay for them. They make me be responsible for my mom's pretty sick of, just too, so.
And how are you going to be paying this?
I get disability.
How much?
It's like a little bit under 8, I think it's 840. I don't remember the exact amount.
All right. So I'm going to do the field visits 2 times per month. There's going to be intensive outpatient treatment with probation. Proof of employment within 30 days or proof of disability. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. And there's to be 150 hours community service restitution. 40 of those hours will be waived if you provide proof of the COVID vaccination. The court is not requiring you to get the COVID vaccination, but if you do, 40 of those hours will be waived. I'm going to want to make evaluation and the UA hotline until further notice. Probation, is there anything else she needs? Well, will drug court accept her since she's going to be in Seguin? All right, so we'll do a referral to felony drug court and you to remain in custody. Since it's Monday, they'll get to you before the week is out. And if for any reason they don't accept you because you're in Seguin, then we'll follow through with intensive outpatient treatment. Is there anything else that you need from the court in order to be successful?
No, thank you.
All right. And let me find your trial court certification. Showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Judge.
You're welcome.
Judge, I'll submit that dismissal.
Thank you. On Reeves? Okay, thank you. All right, so that's, yes, okay. All right, let me take that then. All right, Numbrana. All right, they're telling me the UA was negative. This is what I want to do for him. We're going to do the UA hotline. If you test positive again, what's going to end up happening is you're going to go into custody and you may end up at safety or you may end up being revoked. And from here on out, everything that you do, you need to ask yourself, is it a potential of me going to prison for 20 years? Because that's what you're looking at. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so we're going to alter and amend to the UA hotline.
Until further notice?
Yes. All right, you are excused. Probation will go over new conditions with you, okay? Good luck to you, and I'm sorry about the Dallas Cowboys. I see you have the Dallas Cowboys. It's not that kind of crowd.
I always like the Saints. Come on now. I'll do that.
I mean it in all sincerity. I mean, LSU lost a tough one last week. And Cornelius is upset, I'm sure, because Florida lost.
I like to have a 24-hour rule. Don't talk about it 24 hours.
Oh, you're right. It did happen Sunday night. Oh, I apologize. I usually give people the next day, but I'll see you on Wednesday. There's that. Oh, and this is for that attorney when he comes in. All right, so who are you here for?
Judge, I had put my file up there. I have a defendant on the docket named Jose Munoz Monero. We were just going to ask for a recall to Friday. Marcus isn't here. And I had sent him the list of some videos and audios that I think will resolve the case. I had the translator here just in case you needed my client to come up as well.
All right, could Mr. Munoz come up? And can we recall this for Friday? Okay. Let me see where we are on the docket. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to find his name on the docket. Oh, there we are. All right, and we're not on the record. Mr. Munoz?
Yes.
We're going to recall you back on Friday. And your attorney is telling me that this matter will be resolved on that day.
Okay.
All right, do you have any questions?
No.
Nope.
All right, we'll see you on September 16th, and Ms. Ferguson will give you a reset form.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Grazie. Oh, is that Italian? Grazie is
Yes,
Italian.
I think so.
I'm sorry, I get all. Yeah.
Europeans.
Gracias. There you go.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
So I have 2 cases on your docket tomorrow. And I am supposed to be in Hayes County tonight. I'm ready on a guy named Robert Mosier. It's, I think, one of the older cases. But I'll get here as soon as I can tomorrow. I just want to let you know where I was.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right, the parties on Reeves. All right, we're back on the record in 2021 CR 10010 State of Texas versus Jason Andre Reeves. Is the parties announced for the record for the state,
Michelle Hayden for the state.
for the defense. All right, state, have you had a chance to review the PSI report?
I have, Your Honor, and
Just one moment. Defense, have you had a chance to review the PSI report?
Yeah.
Any objections to the PSI report, state?
no, Your Honor.
Defense, any objections to the PSI report?
No, ma'am.
All right, punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 15. State, do you have any witnesses?
No witnesses, but we do have victim impact statement at the end.
All right, defense, any witnesses?
No, ma'am.
All right, then, state, the court will hear your argument with regards to the cap.
Judge, we're asking that you sentence the defendant to 15 years in this case. He has an extensive felony history where he's been to prison on a couple of different occasions. One of those cases that he's a convicted felon for is a previous sexual assault case. And the facts of this case alone merit that he be sent to prison for 15 years. The fact that he molested his own daughter. So because of that, we would ask that you hit the cap in this case.
All right, defense.
Yeah, I think looking at the PSI, like on 26. Currently on parole for a failure to register. He doesn't finish that parole until 2017, 22. Unlike most cases of this nature, this case did move rather quickly. Mr. Reeves is coming to court. The plea of no contest. There was a new file that was prepared with the air. We're asking the court to hold the lower scale of that, sentence him to an 8-year prison sentence in PEC. He is accepting responsibility for his actions. He knows that he's going back to prison. He also knows he's going to get revoked on the parole revocation.
All right, Mr. Reeves, can you raise your right hand for me? You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Jason Andre Reeves.
All right, Mr. Reeves, the state has requested that your punishment be assessed at a cap of 15 years. What do you think you should be sentenced to?
I was hoping 8, Your Honor.
No, everybody has hopes and dreams. My question is, what do you think you deserve?
I deserve what Judge Stephanie Boyd is going to give me.
No, pretend it's not just Stephanie Boyd. Pretend you are by yourself, just thinking about life. What do you think you deserve? Not what you want, not your hopes and dreams, but what do you think you deserve? I know what your attorney wants you to have. And I'm assuming that you all discussed what would be reasonable for you to have. But my question is, what do you think you deserve?
Deserve to go back to TDC, obviously.
Okay, so we're at that point because you've agreed to a cap of 15 with no application. So the state is asking that you be sentenced to 15 years in the prison. My question is, what do you think you deserve to be sent to prison? For how much time?
10, Your Honor,
Why 10? Why not 15?
so I can get back and get out to work and help my daughter with college.
The daughter that you're accused of molesting? I don't think she wants your help. I could be wrong on that because I haven't spoken to her,
Yes, Your Honor.
but what were you thinking when you were doing this, doing these actions?
Don't remember, to be honest with you. All the business was new to me. And
So you don't remember molesting
I've
your
never
daughter?
taken a shower with her.
And how old was she?
I would say 5, 6 years old.
Why is a grown man taking a shower with a 5 or 6-year-old? I'm assuming you didn't have your clothes on because you're taking a shower. She didn't have her clothes on because she was taking a shower. So why is an adult male taking a shower with a 5-year-old? And to me, it doesn't matter if it's a female or it's a male, but why are you taking a shower with a child?
I understand, Your Honor.
No, no,
The
no.
culture I was raised on with my mother, she would bathe me and she would bathe with me until I was like 7 years old, Your Honor.
All
We
right.
all come from different cultures, and if I would have known,
That's not cultural to be bathing with children.
no, but that's the way I was raised from my mother.
So where does the touching come in? Because you're in the shower with your daughter and you are touching her inappropriately.
I take fault for that, Your Honor.
Yeah, but what was your thought process? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Alcohol may have been. Alcohol may have been.
Alcohol
related.
doesn't make you molest someone.
No, Your Honor. But in the time that we were taking a shower, nothing happened whatsoever there in the shower. And then an altercation, something else had happened, and I was drinking
What do you mean altercation? Something else happened?
with what the charge is,
What is the something else that happened?
the molestation.
What is the molestation?
I guess touch.
No, not I guess. What is it?
It was
what did you
touching her
do?
inappropriately.
What did you do?
I just touched her on her stomach,
No,
lower down right here,
no.
above her nightgown.
All right. Is there anything else from either side? Any questions? State defense?
No, Your Honor, we still ask that you sentence the defendant for the 15 years.
All right. The court is finding you guilty as previously stated. The court is going to sentence you to 15 years. There's a $1,500 fine. Time and money will run concurrent. There's chapter 62. And there's to be no contact with the complainant. Do you understand what no contact means?
Yes, Your Honor.
So don't call her, don't text her, don't send her letters, don't send her money, don't send her apologies, don't contact at all. Do you understand?
Absolutely.
And you're probably a person who should not be around any children. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So do not get involved with anyone who has a child. You understand?
Yep.
All right, I'm showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand? Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. There's victim
Yes.
impact.
2 half-page statements.
All right, there's some statements that the state is going to read to you. I always tell people to internalize what's being read to them, and everyone is to be respectful to each other. All right, you may proceed.
When my daughter told me what Jason had done to her, my heart sank with the wrenching pain. That same day I made the police report. I was in disbelief that this could ever happen to my daughter. She was the sweetest little thing. All the memories and moments of her life and character raced through my mind, and I was in shock that this man, who had the privilege of being in the presence of this caring, sweet young child, could ever dare to take her innocence away from her for his own perverted pleasure. That shook me to my core. The look on her face the evening she told me what Jason had done is one that I will never forget. When we made the police report, I knew Harper would have the security and the tools she needs to arm and fight against Jason or anyone that tries to take something away from her that doesn't belong to them. More than victims, we are survivors of this man. He will not be successful in taking what doesn't belong to him. He will not succeed in taking our light and our peace of mind. Moving forward, we live healthy lives with healthy habits. My daughter's wholeness means everything to me. I will do anything to ensure that my daughter has a support system around her for years to come. Sexual abuse in this form can cause deep depression, PTSD, and anxiety. Making sure Harper has access to therapy is paramount in her healing and development. Thank you for your time, Camille. and victim impact statement from Harper Reeves. It's hard for me to talk about it, but I wanted to explain to Jason and the judge how this makes me feel. It feels like I can't trust many adults. It was hard for me to understand when I was younger. It hurts that this happened to me. My mental health has been getting better, all because of therapy, family, friends, and I am grateful to have them. I understand Jason will be going back to jail, and I feel much safer. I feel better knowing that I won't have to be in contact with him and I won't need to speak to him.
Thank you. All right, good luck to you. Welcome. All right, who is here on Martinez? All right, if you can come forward, please. All right, what is Mr. Martinez?
On this one, Judge, I got a plea offer from the state, discovery's complete. There is another charge that we're working to get probably dismissed. So what we'd like to do is in this couple of weeks, so we can make sure that other case gets dismissed.
Okay, what are the charges that?
It's a misdemeanor charge. It needs to be resolved. The prosecutor's going to send a note to the misdemeanor prosecutor.
Okay, I'm sorry, you're whispering a little bit.
No, I'm sorry. It's a misdemeanor charge. It just needs to be closed down, Judge, before we do anything on this. Just gonna send that to the prosecutor today. And like I said, when we come back, more likely we're gonna try and work something out, get it resolved by plea. So
And what is the misdemeanor charge?
it's harassment, Judge.
Okay. All right, Ms. Ferguson on Martinez, can I have a 2-week reset? Let me do it.
That's fine, Judge.
All right, we're going to reset this for September 26th. And that's going to be your plea deadline date. And let me give you a reset form. Mr. Martinez, what that means is after that point, the court will not accept any plea bargain agreements unless you decide to plead open to the court. Do you understand?
I understand that.
Sure. All right, Eric Lopez. All right, Mr. Lopez, so you filled out all of the documentation on your pretrial diversion?
Yes, ma'am. I just need a money order to pay the, I mean, I have the money for it, but I just need the money, the 400.
All right, is your understanding that's the last thing you need to do? You don't know, okay. All right, Ms. Ferguson, can I have a 30-day reset on Mr. Eric Lopez for PTD? All right, you're gonna come back on October 17th. Make sure you've completed everything, okay?
It would just be paying that.
Well, no, I don't know what your agreement is. All right, but they'll tell you what's remaining, your attorney will, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, and Ms. Ferguson will give you a reset form. Yes.
Valerie Hernandez is here for the compliance hearing.
Okay. Let me pull her up.
I was for DA this morning. having opposition. She took one on Friday, so we both weren't back yet, so I went ahead and made her take one with me.
Okay. All righty. Could I see the file on Valerie Hernandez? Valerie Hernandez? Hello. Hello. Hi, why were you late today?
Compliance hearing,
No, I said, why were you late today?
couldn't get in. I didn't know they had the line waiting for the procedure. I haven't been here in over 2 years.
All right. The state has agreed to removal of your PAM device because you satisfied the years. Well, you satisfied your contract. So I'm going to allow for removal of the device.
Thank you.
All right. And just so you know, if you don't successfully complete everything that you're to complete, your punishment, you're looking up to, I believe it's 4 years in the prison. Wait a minute, let me see if you're on deferred. Is she on deferred adjudication or no? Yeah. So just remember, everything that you do, you're potentially looking at 4 years in the prison, okay? So keep up the good work.
Rental properties.
Mhm.
But my probation officer doesn't allow me to go out of town. I can't get no extra source of income because the rental properties are just sitting there.
Mhm.
She gave me permission to go out of town a couple of months back, but she like literally wants me to leave on a Friday and come back on a Monday.
Mhm.
It's a 6-hour drive. There's really nothing open. There's not even a Walmart or HEB. That's how small the town is.
Mhm.
It's kind of hard for me to take care of taxes, take care of fixing the place up. I got hit by a tornado. I gave her proof. I showed her, and she's always telling me that she has to ask the judge if I could travel.
Mhm.
I'm aware that I'm on probation, but
Well, I mean, the
haven't traveled
problem,
in years.
well, here's the problem. If you want to travel, you need to give the court proper notice. And then I will make a decision on the length of time you can travel. You understand?
I do ask her. I've asked
No,
her
I said me.
Well, she said she has to go through you, and it's always no.
Mhm. Well, I haven't received any documentation for that. So let me just tell you what I would need provided for me to consider you traveling. One, I'll need to know where you're going. Two, I'll need to know how long you're going. You understand? So that's what I need. Okay.
She said, "I'll leave you my room."
All right. All right, and probation, can you look into that? Thank you. You're welcome. Was it a nightmare, Mr. Cox? But you know, sometimes dreams, we misinterpret them. Yeah. So I don't know what happened with Florida, but hey, I'm in the same boat. I'm sorry.
We can lose the Appalachian.
Yeah, who is Appalachian State? I guess we know who they are now. I think there are a couple of A&M people here. A&M? Mr. Cox is asking who is Appalachian State. I think you all know now.
It's close to Louisiana, Lafayette.
You know, you got to be aware of the hyphenated schools, but they didn't have the hyphenation. So I guess that's why they were not ready. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Fricter, Brandon Fricter. Therefore, I create an account.
All right, who's here on Michelle Garces?
You do. I'm working this out with the state, but I do need to approach because we've got some, this one's kind of a mess.
Okay.
Maybe we can get her fault, but she's here now. She did supply UA, she's negative today.
Okay. All righty.
She's got the MTR on the 4200 case.
Mhm.
She's got a new under grant.
Yes.
Okay, so she missed a court date, the 27th of June on the MTR. She's been over at Center for Health Care Services trying to get a mental health services lined up. She's been able to do that. So she's getting her meds down. She's over there regularly. Obviously, she's clean, so something's working.
Yes.
Which has not been the case before. She did, however, miss she was going to be evaluated in July for mental health caseload.
Mhm.
So she did not fulfill that requirement.
Okay.
Um,
So are we proceeding on this?
Well,
Or is it going to be contested?
well, I mean, we're working this out, but in like the state would like to get some documentation from her mental health provider to show what she's done in the last couple of months. Could we do a short reset this week and bring that in? Because if that's the case, I think we can proceed and have this thing worked out.
See, here's the problem. This hearing that we're trying to have, we've been trying to have it since March. So you all need to confer and see what you can come up with. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Who's here on Brandon Fricter? And where is Brandon Fricter? All right, Ms. Ferguson, what is happening with Mr. Fricter? Okay, all right. good. All right, thank you. We'll be with you in just a moment. Yes.
That is on the case with Mr. Wilson. Thank you.
You're welcome. James Stegmeyer. All right, we are here for his plea deadline date. What is happening?
We're still conferring, Your Honor. It's Michael's and John's case, but Michelle and I were touching base on it because I think that the position of the complainant's willingness to testify may have changed. So I think there may be a change on the state side that she needs to look into, and we're close to a resolution if the offer gets modified a little bit on that basis.
All right, I'll see you all tomorrow for jury trial. Mr. Stegmeyer, you're going to be brought over dressed in whatever clothing you have at the jail. If you wish to be clothed in some other outfit, then you need to speak to your attorney and they'll do a clothing exchange. If there's an issue with the clothing, just let the court know.
Okay, thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
See you tomorrow morning.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
But we should have that result.
All right, thank you.
Good morning. I think Mark Ivy, who was in federal custody, was on today's date.
Yes.
Wanted to give the court an update.
All right, just get the file from the clerk and then we'll take that up.
Sir, thank you.
Sure. Who's here on Celine Awente?
That's me, Ron.
All right, if she could come forward. All right, have you conferred with the state?
We have, Your Honor, we're here this morning. Ms. Juanpe has expressed to me her desire to retain counsel.
All right, today is your plea deadline date. Are you accepting or rejecting the plea?
I would like a little bit more time to do further representation, to make a decision. If you can give me a little bit more time, I'd appreciate it.
No, today is your plea deadline date. You're either accepting the plea or rejecting the plea. If you're rejecting the plea, the next date we're giving you is a jury trial. All right. So Ms. Ferguson, I need a jury trial date for Ms. Awente. Defense, how long do you expect your case to last?
I think this is one way to wrap up and start to finish 2 days.
State?
What's the charge, Judge?
It's a drug case.
Yes, Judge, I believe 2 days would be sufficient.
All right, your jury trial date is going to be September 27th. And you need to if you hire an attorney, you need to let them know that they are going to trial on that date. So. All right.
Thank you, Ron. And I'll see you again at 2 o'clock for a PSI on Saturday.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Oh, she needs to get a reset form.
Reset.
All right, Mark Ivy.
President of that case, Your Honor. Judge, I gave the state a copy of the federal sentencing papers. My understanding is that he entered a plea on a possession of bullets. And now there's a problem with the sentencing. He's complaining, he's making a complaint with the feds if that's not what he agreed to. So as of right now, he has not been sentenced on this federal case. He has a pending murder case out of Maverick County, in addition to the cases that are here. But the one out of Maverick occurred after the cases.
Ms. Ferguson or Ivy, can you reset this for 45 days, please?
And I'll get that email, Your Honor. On the
Thank
day,
you.
and then I'll show up and inform the court so we have this prior to that date.
All right, thank you.
Thank
Oh, just 1 second. Ms. Ferguson, what's the date? All right, so we'll be back on November 14th.
Rich?
Just 1 moment.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Ms. Garces,
Mhm.
we're talking about the only place that would alter amend to add safety, to hold that in advance.
Mhm.
I know that oftentimes the court doesn't like holding things in advance.
Mhm.
So I don't know if it was something the court would be okay with, or we need to find another.
Yeah, I'll
alternative.
consider it. Okay. But she's gonna have to enter a plea.
Oh, she will, there's no two ways about that.
All right,
Okay.
all right, thanks.
Paris.
All right, the court is going to call 2020 CR 2289, State of Texas versus Michelle Garces. Now parties announced for the record for the state,
Where am I supposed to stay?
for the defense.
Luis Martinez on this. That's-
And are you Michelle Garces?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm going to show you 3 documents. The first is entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilty and Revoke Community Supervision. State's motion to supplement pending motion to enter adjudication of guilty and revoke community supervision. And First Amendment motion to enter adjudication of guilty and revoke community supervision. Did you review those documents with your attorney and did you understand them?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Michelle Garces who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2020 CR 2289 for the offense of possession of a controlled substance penalty group 1, 4 grams to 200 grams on January 27, 2021 for a period of 2 years? Is that you? All right, state.
Yes, Your Honor, proceedings board on the first amended motion violated on the first amended, the violation condition number 1 on or about the 9th day of February 2022 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Michelle Andrea Garces, committed the offense of possession of controlled substance PG1, 1 to 4 grams in violation of condition number 1.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True. And we're waiving the remaining violations, Your Honor.
Any objections to the state's waivers?
No objection, Judge.
Did you understand by pleading true up to violation of condition number 1, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, not grant you community supervision, and sentence you up to 20 years in prison? Did you understand? Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 1? Court will find violation of condition number 1 true. Is there an agreement?
Yes, Your Honor, there is. It's to alter and amend the conditions of probation to include a MIC-MIOP evaluation, weekly UAs for 60 days. We request to hold safe P in abeyance, continued attendance with the university outpatient treatment and documentation thereof. And then as part of this agreement, we'll TIC the less than a gram case.
And what is that cost number?
It is, it's like cost number 2022 CR 5699.
Judge, we understood that would be the recommendation.
All right. Are you asking the court to follow that agreement? Are you waiving your right to appeal? All right. Are you employed? What are you doing with your life?
Well, right now I'm getting back on my disability. I was on disability for the past 10 years. So I'm seeing counseling every week from the mental health. And I stay with my mom right now.
Who all lives in that home?
My mom, my dad, and my daughter.
How old is your daughter?
She just turned 10.
Was Child Protective Services involved?
No.
Was Child Protective Services ever involved?
Yeah, well, with my mom, yes. Not with me. I just moved back home. I haven't been at home this whole time.
All right, so I'm just trying to understand, just as a side note, that we have an issue here with mental health issues. And I'm not saying that people with mental health issues can't raise children, but we have a combination of mental health issues with drug issues. And now I'm being told that there's a 10-year-old in the home and that her mother has the 10-year-old.
Yes.
But her mother's had issues with CPS.
Well, Judge, so her mother's here.
Yes.
Her mother's employed. There's been no issues that I'm aware of with her mother and CPS. Her mother's raised the child. Essentially, and it's Garces' mental health issues and her substance abuse issues. And so that's been the kind of the understanding, the way that the family is operating.
Well, are you saying that? Because what I'm assuming, and I always tell people never assume, I'm assuming that she says CPS was involved with her mother. I'm assuming that her mother had her own separate issues with CPS and her own children. Is that correct or no?
No.
Oh, so CPS was involved as it relates to her child?
My mom would know. I really don't.
All right, let's have mom come up. All right. Could you raise your right hand?
Yes.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand. If you could state your name for the record.
Maria Linda Garces.
All right. So Ms. Garces, has Child Protective Services ever been involved with you? That they've said that you've done something improper? So has Child Protective Services been involved with your daughter as it relates to her child?
Yes,
All right. And were her rights terminated?
I have full custody. I'm legal guardian. I haven't gotten her papers and
Oh,
she's going to be permanently.
all right. And so are there any issues with your daughter living with you?
No.
All right. So if I allow this arrangement to continue, what it means is she can't have unsupervised contact. You understand?
Right.
And has that been happening at all?
Absolutely.
No. Has that been happening?
What do you mean?
Has she been had unsupervised contact? with-
Oh, no. No, it's always, my granddaughter's always with me. Michelle's not alone with her at all.
Okay.
No.
All right. Mom, do you need any help with anything else?
No, absolutely. I don't need no help.
Oh, no. Any help as it relates to her? Is there anything else you think your daughter needs from the court?
No.
All right. Because if there is something that she needs that I don't know about, now's the time to tell me. Because I will tell you, I always tell defense attorneys in state, I take no pleasure in sending people to prison. If you're on probation, I'm hoping and expecting that you will successfully complete it. So I always like to know if there's anything else that I can do in the terms of conditions that can help someone be successful.
No.
Okay. All right, thank you. Any questions?
No.
All right, so this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to do a referral to felony drug court. Here's the thing, felony drug court is filling up quickly, so you need to be honest with them. All right. They do have a dual diagnosis program that will help with any mental health issues plus the drug issue. All right, so the first thing I want is a referral to felony drug court. It's important that you not miss that appointment. If you do, I'm going to get notice that it's been missed and a motion to revoke may be filed. You understand? That's first probation. If she's not accepted, we're going to do the MIC evaluation. She's to continue with treatment. With mental health services. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. Take in consideration 2022 CR 5699. And I really don't hold things in advance. If something were to come up where a motion to revoke is filed, then everything will be on the table for the court to consider. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So that means that I could consider sending you to prison for 20 years. That means that I could consider sending you to safety if I deem it's warranted or some other program. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Does she have a warrant for her arrest?
No, Judge, it was recalled Wednesday when Judge Her was here,
Okay.
because she was present for her setting on that day.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else from either side?
I got it.
All right. Good luck to you. It's very important that you maintain everything that you're doing now. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is Laura, canceled and paid ZOLD.
Let me quickly
Bar
click on
number.
Sergio Olvera. It's on the recall docket.
All right. Norma, could you put the file on Sergio Olvera? And state if you could give me the dismissal on.
I'll have that coming shortly.
Thank you. All right, Sergio Olvera.
It's on the recall docket,
Yes.
Judge. I spoke with defense. They have applied for pretrial diversion upon the state's recommendation. I've
Mhm.
spoken with our pretrial diversion division. He is in line to be reviewed, but he has not been formally accepted by the DA's office, but we did recommend that he get pretrial diversion. We'd ask for a reset for him to be reviewed by the PTD division for him to start that program.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, could I get a 30-day reset for PTD for Mr. Olvera, please? All right, we'll see you back on October 17th. Just get a reset form from the coordinator.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, if I can see the parties on Miguel Ocampo. Defense. Good morning. It's nice to see you. All right, the court is calling 2022 CR 8095, State of Texas versus Miguel Ocampo. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Joe Hooker for the state judge.
for the defense? And are you Mr. Ocampo?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case and did you review it with your client? Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Ocampo, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment? State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Ocampo, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it in all the appropriate places? Okay, I'm gonna need you to speak up, okay? Did you understand you're charged with unauthorized use of a vehicle? That's a state jail felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand? If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand? Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent? Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights? And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case? Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, he does.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I believe he is.
Mr. Ocampo, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement? Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented? Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page, did you review that page with your attorney and did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 18 months in the state jail facility. There are no applications. There's to be restitution of $22,000 to Ruben Aguero, Aguero, and restitution, if any, for damage to truck belonging to Tommy, Tommy Bui, Bui. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement? Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement? State, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Judge.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled Waiver of Appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it in both places? Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand? Counsel, have there been any such motions? Then to the offense as charged in the indictment, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? State any evidence.
Yes, Judge. The state presents State's Exhibit 1 and attachments.
No objection, Your Honor.
Mr. Ocampo, I'm showing you what's entitled Waivering Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in right to remain silent? Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand? Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. Right, after reviewing State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, we're asking the court to accept the plea bargain and see if that would stand.
All right, the court will follow your agreement, sentence you to 18 months in the state jail facility. There's to be restitution of $22,000 to Ruben Aguero and restitution, if any, for damages to Tammy Garretson truck. We'll give you credit for any time served. Is there anything else from either side with regards to sentencing?
Nothing from the state, Judge.
I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it? Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand? Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand? If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right, good luck to you. We can go off the record. Here's the thing. If you want a vehicle, you got to earn it. Don't take what does not belong to you. Do you understand? All right, good luck to you. You're welcome. Good seeing you. Great, thank you. All right, Abby Moreno. Oh, okay. All right, we'll recall it then for the 15th. Deputy Laura Moreno is going to be recalled for the 15th. Benito Bermia. And probation, this is no app. Court is calling 2019 CR 12492, State of Texas versus Benito Bermia. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Stacey Harrington.
for the defense?
The attorney of record is Joanna Hoyos. I'm Joseph Stateson, standing in for Joanne. I work for her. And Mr. Bermia, would you give the judge permission for me to be the Mr. Hoyos?
All right. All right, and are you Benito Bermia? All right, defense, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case, and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Bermia, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yeah.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Bermia, you're charged with the offense of promoting prostitution. I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
The range of punishment for the charge is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand? Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent? Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights? And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case? Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses? Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him? Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Bermia, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea? Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement? Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented? Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 9 months in the state jail facility. There's a $1,500 fine and no applications. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense,
Yes, Your Honor.
state.
Yes, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, are there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Then to the offenses charged in the indictment, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No comment.
State any evidence to support the plea?
Yes, Judge, statement after states exhibit 1 and all attachments.
Defense has no objection.
Mr. Bermia, I'm showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there'll be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Bermia, anything you wish to say?
No.
All right.
What I did, and I did her the information.
All right, why are you doing this?
I want to get her over with and go on with my life. I'm 60 years old.
No. I'm wondering, why are you promoting prostitution?
I made a mistake.
No, that's not a mistake. You know what a mistake is?
Yeah, it was wrong what I did. I shouldn't have done it.
No, why did you do it? That's my
Why?
question.
I felt like I was doing the guy a favor. I didn't know he was undercover, and I didn't even know the prosecutor.
Well, how are you doing him a favor when she is the one who has to do the act?
I had tear getting out in auto car. Homeless at the time. She was sitting across the street. I just pointed her out and told me, go ask her how much, and that's all I did.
No, because I'm reading the report and it says that you told him the agreement was for AP1 and myself to have sex for $40 with AP2 getting some on the side. All right, first of all, that's a low price. I don't know why people haven't increased the prices for this. $40 with a stranger you don't know.
Yes, ma'am.
But on top of that, it's wrong. And then this is what you did. Then you said AP2, which is you and myself, agreed on AP2 getting $10 after AP1 finished the act. So you're not even doing anything. You're having this person do everything, and then you're taking $10 off the top. Well, I know they didn't give you the $10 because
I asked them for a dog.
arrested.
I asked them for a dog for a soda.
Yeah. So when are you going to get your life together?
As soon as possible.
What does that mean? As soon as possible?
I'm 62 years old. I'm sick. I lost pneumonitis in my spine. Severe arthritis. Bad heart. And now I'm gonna get my life together.
I mean, you only have and you know, I'm not saying this to be mean, but we only have a limited amount of time on this planet. So while we're here, we need to do good things to get our life in order. You understand?
I understand.
All right. I'm going to follow your agreement, find you guilty, sentence you to 9 months in the state jail facility. There's a $1,500 fine, time and money to run concurrent, and give you credit for any time served. Is there anything else from either side with regards to sentencing?
If I can just put on record, I believe he has 119 days credits. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Bermia, I'm showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it? All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand? And because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand? If you have a question of what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. You understand? All right, good luck to you. We can go off the record. Here's the thing, Mr. Vermeer. I know that sometimes people find themselves in difficult situations. Maybe they need money. Maybe they're not employed. But here's the number one thing. You cannot build your happiness off someone else's misery. You participating in that transaction was trying to build your happiness, which was to get soda or whatever off someone else's misery. Don't do that, okay? All right, good luck to you. You're welcome.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes.
Thanks, Justin. Is that correct? Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Okay, thank you.
All right, we are here. Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Oh, and you put the date on it.
I actually did and Daniel did, so. look at the
Daniel knows.
credits.
Daniel, thanks for looking out for others. All right, who's here on Aaron Stern? All right, so what are we here for?
Your Honor, there was violation reports and they're in the file. And I have conferred with the state this morning. And I filed a motion. There's a protective order in place that was entered into February of this year, which allowed the parties only to discuss their 3-year-old son by act.
All right, let's go on the record. Court is calling 2022 CR 0272, State of Texas versus Aaron Stern. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Michelle Hayden for the state.
For the defense?
Arlen Gay.
All right, defense has filed a motion to alter conditions of bond. State, have you had a chance to review that?
We've discussed it, Your Honor, and I don't have a problem with them communicating on this app regarding their son.
Okay. All right, so you're not allowed to communicate outside that app. Do you understand? All right, and I will see you back here then on September 20th for that's your plea deadline date and jury trial date. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Excuse me, Judge, may I have 5 minutes?
Yes. No, all I have is Fricter and Zamora. All right, I'm going to take a 5-minute break. Just a moment. Okay.
What happened? Oh.
Yeah. Come back and all right, who's here on Raymond Zamora?
I am, Your Honor. If I'm at coach.
Yes, Mr. Zamora, come up.
Yes, I just need to. If I may, Judge.
Yes.
Mrs. Zamora, the state has offered and in essence, not really approved, but offered, not okayed his application for pretrial diversion.
Yes.
Mrs. Zamora has filled out the form. I have not. It's kind of me, been able to scan it and get it emailed to the person I need to get it emailed to just yet, Judge.
When is that going to be done?
I'll be done today when I get back to my office.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I have a PTD date, please. All right, we're gonna come back on October 17th. At that time, everything needs to be filled out and submitted.
And Judge, I do have it filled out. I can show it to the court.
Oh,
Because we
you're
did it,
officer of the
but I
court.
need to send it in.
Okay.
That's on me. I have to get it scanned and emailed into the proper person.
All right, and Mr. Zamora, why were you late?
I overslept it again.
All right, so here's the thing. We can't have oversleeping, you understand?
Good time.
All right, Ms. Ferguson will give you a reset form. Make sure you're on time.
Thank you, ma'am. Have a seat. I will get the receipt. Thank you. Great, thank you.
All right, Mr. Cox. I see that there's a person on the Zoom that states their name is Mr. Cox as well.
On laptop.
Ah, okay.
Meeting officer.
All right. Well, my mom says hello to you.
All right.
All right, who's here on Curtis Williams? Oh, no, you've already appointed someone for him?
Yes, but she.
Okay. All right, so who else is on the list?
I already put it in the system.
Okay. All right, Arturo Vara. Yes. And he needs his attorney, put his attorney's contact information on that. All right, so where's Arturo Vara?
He's present, Judge. He's walking up.
All right, so where are we on discovery?
Your Honor, I have most of the discovery, I believe. I think there's a statement that this, the state told me about. They're gonna check if it's a recent statement from an alleged eyewitness or if it's a statement that I already have. And I think that may be it, Judge. Sorry.
I think so, Judge. So I'm going through that. He did ask, he said he hadn't seen it. I didn't have enough off the top of my head to know for sure in what form it's at. So I'm gonna look into that, Judge. And just make sure there's not anything else that's still pending. I believe this is the first time that me and Alfonso spoke about it. I think it was sent once before, but I'm gonna look into those things. If we could have a 30-day reset to do those things, that'd be great.
All right, and when are you gonna be prepared to make an offer?
I can make an offer at the next setting, Judge.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can I have a 30-day reset?
October 17th.
All right, we're gonna come back on October 17th. At that time, the state will make an offer to you and an acknowledgement of discovery needs to be filed.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Just get your reset form and then you're excused.
Thank you, Judge. Yes, ma'am. Okay.
Mr. Cox, we're just waiting for your client to show up by Zoom.
All right, thank you, Judge.
So who is next on the schedule for Florida?
Judge, you know what? I don't know.
It's not Appalachian State, is it?
No. I think we have to play real teams. We have to play real teams.
All right, the court is going to call 2021 CR 9360, State of Texas versus Jonathan Trevino. Who's the attorney for Jonathan Trevino?
I am, Your Honor.
All right, and where is Mr. Trevino?
He's in custody, Judge.
Come forward. All right, can I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Joe Hooker for the state.
for the defense?
He's Fernando Cortez for the defendant.
Are you Jonathan Trevino?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to show you what's entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you the same Jonathan Edward Trevino who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2021 CR 9360 for the offense of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon on April 19th, 2022 for a period of 4 years? Is that you?
Yes, Your Honor.
State?
Judge, I conferred with the state on this. He has another attorney on the new charge that is not set right now.
this is a serious enough case that both cases really need to be taken at the same time. I need the opportunity to reach out to opposing counsel on the new case. If possible, may get retained on the new.
Who is the other attorney?
Mr. John Robertson, Judge.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, you want to see if Mr. Robertson is in the building?
And just so the court's aware, Judge, right now, all we do have some photographs, we have some videos, but we only have an arrest warrant. We do not have any police reports at this time.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, reset your venue for 30 days for a contested, and if it turns out it's not a contested, then we'll go from there.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, it's October 17th. How many
Judge.
witnesses are anticipated?
Judge, I think for the state, for the entirety of the motion to enter adjudication of guilt, we'd probably have 4 or 5 witnesses.
All right.
Also, Judge, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Judge, would the court consider releasing the Mr. Trevino on a GPS device, which he was pretty successful on previously?
A little louder, counsel, please. I didn't quite hear you.
I'm sorry?
After GPS.
Oh, on a GPS device, Judge, and a $20,000 bond. He was pretty good on GPS device previously before he took the deal.
Oh, you don't have to set it for a hearing, just file a
Yes,
motion in the
ma'am.
court, we're up here.
Thank
So
you.
we're gonna come back on the 17th at 2 p.m. for a contested hearing.
Thank you, Judge.
And who is here on Talitha Devilbiss? Yes, where's your client? Okay. Court is calling 2022 CR 4011, State of Texas versus Talitha Anna Devilbiss Perales. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Laura Metzl for the state.
For the defense?
Russell Mitchell for the-
All right, and are you Miss Perales? Yes. All right, defense, I'm showing you what's entitled discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case and did you review it with your client?
I have, Judge, and I did.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Perales, I'm showing you what's entitled application for deferred adjudication, community supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it? Yes. Next, I'm showing you what's entitled true bill of indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Yes. Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Judge.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Perales, I'm showing you what's entitled court admonishments. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it in all the appropriate places? Yes. Did you understand you're charged with theft under $2,500 enhanced? That's a state jail felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand? Yes. If you have a plea bargaining agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargaining agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargaining agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand? Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent? Yes. Did you understand by entering this plea bargaining agreement, you were giving up those rights? Yes. Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargaining agreement in this case? Yes. Did you understand that the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court would find you guilty and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine? Yes. Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
She has to.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
I believe she does.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I believe she is competent and was saying.
Ms. Perales, has anyone threatened you, forced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea? Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargaining agreement? Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented? Are you a U.S. citizen? Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived a right to jury trial, showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? I'm gonna need you to speak up. Yes. All right. According to the plea bargain agreement, there's to be a $500 fine and the state recommends deferred adjudication. Did you understand that to be the plea? Defense?
Yes, Judge.
State?
Yes, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pre-trial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes.
Counsel, have there been any such motion?
Sorry, Judge.
Have there been any such motion?
No, no, Judge.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargaining agreement, the state is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 2 years. There be a TAP evaluation, no contact with HEB number 13 and CATS theft course. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes.
Then to the offenses charged in indictment, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? State any evidence.
At this time, we offer State's Exhibit 1 and all attachments.
Ms. Morales, I'm showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations.
I found a few places near you.
Attorney.
I'm sorry, Judge, I didn't quite hear you.
I'm showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it in all the appropriate places? Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent? Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, the court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
We'd like to do that today, Judge, if we can.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Judge, obviously, we're asking the court to follow the plea bargain. After meeting with Mr. Devilbiss a couple times, I've been doing this a long time, but I think she truly understands the stealing stuff has got to stop. And once she got out on bond, if I can approach, show the court, she's been attending.
Any objections to the court reviewing this?
No, Your Honor.
She's been doing that since she got out on bond. And she's tells me today that that's really helped her to try to break this pattern of stealing.
All right, anything you wish to say?
That I am very sorry and I am in compliance with the mental health care.
Okay, why were you stealing? I don't understand.
I guess I don't know. I was just doing some crazy things.
I mean, what you selected, I mean, at least it appears to be health conscious. There's the watermelon bowl. There is the chef's salad. I mean, the lunch meat, people never know what they put in meat these days. A black t-shirt.
Well, yeah, but I mean.
And biologized products. Those are
I was
expensive.
homeless at the time, just gonna divorce. I didn't have the money, which is no excuse, but I needed to be on my medication and I was doing some crazy thinking.
So why have you been stealing in the past? And mind you, these questions I ask, it's not designed to embarrass anyone, but I'm trying to figure out what your thought processes are because
I needed to be.
I'm
on
trying
my
to figure out
medication.
what your thought processes are so that we won't be back here again.
I wasn't on my medication and I have been needed to be on my medication.
What medication?
Abilify and they have me something for a PTSD.
Do you have any children?
Yes,
What are their ages
30, 22 and 17.
and where do they stay?
Daughters not liking it and she just told me she needs, I needed to, straighten up her. I was gonna miss out on a lot.
And let me see something here. Why were you late for court today? Why were you late today?
Judge, if I can explain, she wasn't late. She was a bond forfeiture from.
No, no, no. I called the docket and she was late.
Oh, I don't.
I got here about 9:10.
That's
Only
late.
because of parking, I mean,
So again,
there's
we're
no
back to the
excuse,
question.
there's no
Here's the thing. Why were you late?
because of the parking situation. I don't have money, a whole lot of money, so I had to park somewhere far and to walk. Really, there's no excuse for that.
All right. So who do you live with?
I'm staying in between my daughter's house and my car.
How old are you?
49.
Here's the thing. Parents really shouldn't be dependent on their children for a place to live. So why are you living in your car and at your daughter's
Because I
house?
was recently divorced and, yeah.
Okay. So you didn't have plans in place for that?
No, no, nobody but my daughter.
Well, here's the thing. Your daughter has her own life to live, and I don't think your daughter had plans to have her adult mom living with her.
You know, she doesn't, but she did, I mean, offer me a place to stay, so I took. That's a big enough home, and she's able to help me.
Do you have employment?
No, not right now.
Why not?
Well, because I'm disabled, you know, and they're trying to help me.
What is your disability?
On my mental issues right now.
And what is your diagnosis?
PTSD, bipolar disorder, manic depressive. I have letters from my case managers.
All right, is there anything else from either side?
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
All right, that's gonna be a $500 fine that'll be probated, 2 years deferred adjudication, proof of employment or disability within 30 days. You're gonna be allowed to live with your daughter if she'll have you for 90 days. At that time, you need to make arrangements to live elsewhere.
Which
You
I
understand?
have a letter saying that I am in that hospital.
So probation, she's only supposed to be with her daughter for 90 days. After that, she needs to have her own place.
Yes, Your Honor.
There's to be no contact with HEB.
We were just doing HB number 13, Judge. Specifically.
She's gonna have to go somewhere else.
They told me a year, but I mean, whatever it takes.
All right, there are other stores here in town, I believe.
That's a place else to shop, not shoplift, but to shop.
And I'm gonna leave that no contact with HEB, then we'll leave it in place for 1 year. They want you to do the cat's theft class. Here's the thing, don't take what doesn't belong to you. And if you go to a location and somebody asks you to leave, you need to leave. Don't accept third-party invitations to any events. If you do those things, life will go easy for you. You understand? There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. I'm going to want field visits 1 time per month. Random UAs. When's the last time you used any illegal drugs? All right, we're going to do a drug test today. And we're going to do random UAs. Probation, is there anything else she needs?
Your Honor. No.
All right, is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful? All right, and I'm going to recall the warrant. I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it? Because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand? All right, good luck to you. All right, and so when you do your UA today, what are the results going to be?
Probably will test positive for the medication that I have.
All right, just make sure you give probation a list of your medications, okay? All right, thank you. Oh, and probation, see if maybe Mick evaluation will be best for her. All right, thank you. All right, Cody Grimke. Cody Grimke, who's on the Zoom screen. Mr. Cox?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, your client is on the Zoom.
Okay.
Mr. Fricter? All right, Mr. Fricter, I'm gonna send you to a breakout room with your attorney. If you'll let the deputy know to send you to breakout room number 1. Hello. Alfonso Cabanos was here, but he didn't talk about Amelia Cooper.
I'm here, Judge.
Oh, okay, I didn't see you on the side. All right, thank you. Charles Jones. Ryan, could you have Mr. Mitchell come back? He went to the back room.
You want back here?
No, here in the hall. Thank you. Yes. Okay, yes, we can. All right, thank you. All right, on Charles Jones,
Yeah,
he's not here.
she's not here.
No. Can I see the file on Charles Jones?
Your contact with him? Today? Okay. He's normally about,
Mhm.
when I get close to his court date, he usually contacts me about 10 times, but I haven't heard from him the last two court dates. And this is a case, Judge, I was talking to. If you want me to email her later, he still has 3 second-degree felony drug cases pending that are from last year. So this, if and when something gets done, I'm not the lawyer on it, Ricardo Ramos is. So I'm assuming if this case is ever get indicted and the deal gets worked out, this case will probably be taken into consideration.
Okay, somebody from Criminal Trial Division on Charles Jones. Defense counsel is telling me he has indicted cases that are.
3, he's got 3 unindicted cases from last July.
And I think what we did, because we had Laura down here and she's in our intake, they're not assigned to her, but Laura's gonna get them, she's gonna take a look at them and get them indicted or do something with them in the next week or so.
All right, so Ms. Ferguson, can I get a 30-day reset for Mr. Jones?
Okay, thanks, Judge.
All right, so we're gonna come back on October 17th.
Okay.
Thank you.
Let me try to get hold of them. Hopefully they'll get those other cases indicted. Okay. Gotcha.
Who's here on Leonardo Rosales?
I'm present, Judge, and my client is here as
All
well.
right, come forward. All right, so we're here for discovery.
Judge, my client has been indicted on another more serious case.
Mhm.
He hired a different attorney on that case. That attorney may be taking over this case. I'm gonna be talking with him. We did get an offer. We're not ready to accept that yet because, depending on if he takes a plea on the other case, this could be TIC.
Okay, all right, so we're coming back on October 17th. And Mr. Rosales, if that other attorney on the indecency case is going to be hired on that continuous violence case, he needs to do so. You understand? All right. So Ms. Burton's gonna give you a reset. Did you get all the discovery from the state?
Judge, I just want to put everything on pause when we got the indictment. So I'm not sure, but I will check and I'll have, if I'm still on the case on that due date, I will know.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Oh, that one's done. Mr. Cox, let us know when you're ready on Mr. Fricter.
I'll confirm with him, Judge. I think we made it. They able to resolve it. In terms of what the issue is.
Getting the paperwork, they're gonna work on it, gotta send some paperwork to Guadalupe County.
Okay.
And send it back to us.
All right, Norma, can you have Mr. Fricter back for this afternoon with Guadalupe? Because they have to do paperwork. All right, just ask them.
So other than that, I guess.
Well, let's see if we can get the paperwork done.
Okay.
Can you tell me when is this case set for sentencing? I don't have that. His last name is Del Bosque.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay. Yes. September 29th. Is there, could you have that file pulled for me? Thank you. All right, Amelia Cooper.
For President Judge.
All right, the court is calling 2015 CR 11815W State of Texas versus Amelia Cooper. That party's announced for the record for the state,
Ryan Grover for the state of Texas.
for the defense.
Alfonso Cabañas for Ms. Cooper.
And are you Ms. Cooper?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision and state's motion to supplement pending motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision. Did you review those documents with your attorney? Did you understand them? Are you the same Amelia Cooper who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2015 CR 11815W for the offense of promotion of prostitution person on January 25th, 2016 for a period of 5 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Yes, Judge. Violated condition number 5 in Bell County, Texas. The defendant, Amelia Cooper, did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of August and September 2021 in violation of condition number 5.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
Sure.
We waive the remaining conditions, Your Honor.
Any objections to the state's waiver?
No objection from defense counsel, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 5, the court could find it true, grant the motion, sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 5? Court would find violation of condition number 5 true. Is there an agreement?
There isn't, Judge.
All right, state, what are you requesting?
Judge, we're asking for revocation in this case, Judge. She was placed on back in 2016. I believe we're before the court now on a 3rd MTR. She's had one where she was sent to SADC, another one where she was given an extension. And now we have this one, Judge. She absconded, I believe, in whenever that first MTR that I read today was. We haven't had track of her for at least approximately a year. For her to stay on probation, we'd have to extend the case. And I think probation's recommendation or potential recommendation is state ISF. At this point, I think that she's just had, she's exhausted the resources of probation. And at some point, I think those resources are better to go to someone else. We're asking for revocation based on that fact and the fact that she is picked up all these new technical charges. We'd ask for her to be revoked.
And how much time are you requesting?
We'd ask for 5 years TDC.
All right, defense.
Your Honor, the defense is asking the court to follow the recommendation by probation and extend the case I think for 2 years. And speaking to Ms. Cooper, she just told me about some issues that in 2021, I believe, led her to have these technical violations. One of them is the birth of a child, who I think is now 3 years old. According to Ms. Cooper at the time, she's a resident of Bell County of Killeen. And so because her son was born, there was some issues where she didn't have a home or didn't have a stable home environment, is what led to those technical
Why would
violations.
somebody engage in activities to have a child when they don't have a stable place for them or themselves or their child?
Judge, I don't know how to answer that.
These are my questions. All right, I'll hear the rest of your argument.
But she does tell me, Judge, that, I think just like somebody becomes a parent, I think now she says she is going to abide by the conditions of probation, and she's going to follow them to the best of her ability, including, she suggested having some sort of monitoring device or to make sure that she complies with whatever conditions either Bexar County or Bell County imposes on her.
All right, is there anything you wish to say, Ms. Cooper?
Yes, ma'am.
You want to raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
You can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Amelia Cooper.
Why are you not following conditions of probation?
Your Honor, throughout the time of me entering, I was struggling on getting a better apartment for me and my child. And the simple fact that my child's father.
I cannot understand the words you're saying. You're mumbling and you're speaking in run-on sentences.
I was looking for a place for me and my child. And at the time of it, my son's dad was trying to take custody away from me. And throughout that time, I just lost my father as well. My dad just, but he just killed himself. And I'm not even from Texas, I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So having all that going on in my head caused me not to do what I have to do on probation.
But the problem is, this is not your first time not doing what you needed to do on probation. Where's your child?
He's with his dad in Texas.
So, I mean, you're not doing anything on probation. So I don't understand why I should continue to work with you when you're not doing what's required of you. And honestly, I know probation is asking for ISF. I don't even know how ISF is supposed to help. How old are you?
I'm 28.
So you're 28 years old. I don't understand how you don't report. I don't understand how you don't pick up the phone and call somebody and say, these are the difficulties I'm having in my life right now. Instead of coming to me crying, please don't send me to prison. So why shouldn't I send you to prison?
I have a whole lot of, my figure ahead of me. I know.
I can't understand.
I know that I'm only 28 and I get that. I know.
Well, not only 28. If you were before me saying I'm only 18, then I'd be, okay, this person is young, but you are 28. Not only 28, you're 28.
No, I don't want. Throughout my whole life, I've been going through a lot of ups and downs. It started with my mama, and then with my dad.
And what with your mom?
I was young when I was separated from her.
And why were you separated from her?
Due to what happened to me at a young age.
Okay.
And that caused a lot of confusion, traumatized, depression, and everything else. Because I just want to stop the cycle that my family has. And I want to be the last one. I definitely don't want my child to be the one to end this. I wanted to end this cycle. And I'm asking for forgiveness and asking for another chance on my probation to do better by my mom and my dad who just died.
What do you mean do better by your mom? I thought this all started with your mom.
It has, because I don't sleep talk to my mom. I don't sleep to her. Because I know how she's feeling right now. I know she's angry at me and all the above.
And why is she angry at you?
I have not talked to her. I know that I'm not listening to her. And the fact that me and my mom do bump heads a lot. And it's hard. But it's hard for me. So I am asking for another chance. To do right.
All right, see, and here's the thing, you were back here in August. You pled to violation of condition number 2. I denied the motion. I extended you for 1 year and asked for parenting classes. So obviously, the fact that you had your son means nothing to you as far as you doing your probation.
My son do means everything to me.
Then why are you not acting that way?
Your Honor, at the time, I was also dealing with court for him. My son's father is trying to take my rights away. I was been placed on child support for him. They also wanted me to do parenting classes.
All right, and see, this is what people sometimes don't get. When you have a child, whoever you have that child with, that person has as much right to the child as you do. And honestly, if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, then yeah, that other parent should step in and try to take custody of their child. Because I don't know why people think that when they have a child, they had this child in a bubble with just themselves, then there's nobody else out there. All right, this is what the court will do. The court will deny the motion, alternate amend conditions to extend for 2 years. There's to be ISF, cognitive, and GPS for the remaining of the term. And there's to be no unsupervised contact with minors until further notice.
Judge, I will say, I apologize, I didn't see this on here before. It wasn't alleged on the MTR. I do, however, see that at least at the time this was generated, she did have a pending bail to ID in Bell County. I don't know if that is still pending. That may affect her ability to go to inpatient, but I just read it right now. It's not on the MTR, but.
All right, well, counsel, you need to check into the Bell County matter
Yes,
because they
Your
are not going to accept her at ISF until that's done.
Yes,
And
Your
she's going to remain in custody until transfer.
That's wrong.
All right, thank you. Charles Jones. Yep, he's not present. Oh, why do I keep getting this? He's in the treatment center, correct? Okay. Damon Wyatt.
That's us. We're here. I'm here.
Where's Mr. Wyatt?
He's sitting in the waiting room.
He needs to come in. And Mr. Wyatt was late.
We were fine. Let me go get it.
And then we're gonna take our lunch break at 12:15. All right, Mr. White, why were you late?
I had a car flat.
Don't be
Then
late.
I fixed the flat and put the stuff in the trunk and shut the trunk, the whole back windshield broke.
All right, let me ask you something. How old are you?
48.
All right, so at some point in time, we got to stop with the cutoff jeans. That's for teenagers. Okay?
Well, my jeans ripped in a part of the accident.
They're not supposed to be cut. They're not, it wasn't a style choice on his part.
Okay, well, correct me if I'm wrong. And Mr. Bonk, you're supposed to be on this side. So, my understanding, he's not accepting the plea from
No,
the
that's
state.
not, no, they made us a new plea bargain offer this morning. I'd like to get a reset for and they gave him some new indictments today too. So if I could get a little time, we're gonna come back and I think have this thing worked out. Ryan's been very amenable and my client and I are looking forward to talking about the offer they made us today.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can we recall this in 2 weeks, please? All right, we're coming back on October 3rd. That's your plea deadline date. Okay. And what kind of accident were you in?
Judge, could we do the 10th? Please.
Four-wheeler.
A four-wheeler? How did the four-wheeler rip your jeans?
Oh, no. I thought you were talking about with my leg when I had came.
Oh, no, I'm talking about your ripped jeans in court.
Oh, that was today when I was working on the car when I jacked it up.
Okay. All right, Ms. Ferguson, you can put it on October 10th.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, that's your plea deadline date. All right, Victoria SoFuentes. All right, what is happening with this case?
Your Honor, I conferred with the state this morning, and they're gonna bring the officer in to profile him.
All right, Ms. Ferguson on SoFuentes, could I have a 30-day reset, please? All right, we'll be back on October 18th.
Your Honor, I did file a motion to alter and amend conditions of GPS.
Mhm.
And I'm not sure if the court received that. She's on full house arrest because she picked up a criminal trespass private, which didn't have anything to do with the officer. Just want to make that clear. You know, it's the officer's case. And she wants to seek and go to work. And that's all we would receive.
All right, confer with the state, see if they have any objections, and if they do, we'll come back this afternoon and the court will hear that. Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And Ms. SoFuentes, why were you late?
Late because I didn't have a ride. I was waiting for my mother.
Here's the thing, you need to make plans. How old are you?
24.
All right, you're 24. You need to make plans for your own ride. If you're late again, we're gonna have issues. You understand? All right. She'll give you a reset form to sign. All right, on Del Bosque. Norma, see if you can move Del Bosque up for sentencing this week. He's not on the docket. But felony drug court will accept him. All right, everyone, the court is going to take its break. We will be back at 1:30.